Hello, my name is Nurse Omo, and I'm here to talk about the method I use in delivering my children. I use cesarean section in having my children, which you all know, as I mentioned earlier. I've had cesarean sections 4 good times. I had it in 2018, I had it in 2019, I had it in 2020, and I recently had it 6 months ago in 2023. Will I have a fifth one? Okay, so I'm going to be talking about the reasons why I had my ever first cesarean sections and why I had the subsequent ones and why I had them so close and how it went. I'm going to be talking about my experiences in general. So the reason why I had my very first cesarean section was prior to that, I never had a complication in my first pregnancy. I never had anything. I was just okay. I was okay. The baby was normal. Everything was fine until about 33 or 34 weeks. I started experiencing contractions, like series of contractions. Initially, I took them to be Braxton Hicks contractions. As a nurse, you just be like, let me ignore this. I already know what it is. So the contractions started getting intense as the week go by. 35 weeks, the contractions, they were really coming and coming and coming. I can't remember complaining to any of my gynae. I don't think I ever did, but I knew I had series of contractions and waist pain and come what may that I had then. So at the end of the day, at about 37 weeks, the contractions kept coming. 36 weeks plus, almost 37, I couldn't bear anymore. So that fateful day, I had contractions in the morning. They kept coming and coming and coming and coming and coming, and they were not going off. Towards the evening, I was able to bear them till in the evening. In the evening, I couldn't bear them again because the contractions were coming. I could feel my baby moving, and the contractions were just coming. So I went to the hospital with my husband, and getting to the hospital, I was taken to the labor ward. Getting to the labor ward, I was checked, I was examined, and I was not dilating. And I kept having serious contractions. I was sent for a scan. I did an ultrasound. Mind you, prior to that, I have done series of ultrasound before during that course of that pregnancy, and it was always breech. The baby was breeched, longitudinal breeched, not vertical. So the head was here and the legs were there. I don't know if that was the reason why I kept having those contractions. I can't say, but that was the case then. Whenever I do a scan, the position of the baby was always longitudinal breech. So getting to the scan room that evening, it was the same thing, and I was having serious contractions, and the baby was still breached. So at the end of the day, I was told that I will go for a cesarean section, an emergency cesarean section, not like I will even wait till the next morning. Immediately I was told, I got scared. Fear came into me. Fear, like serious fear, came into me. All the what ifs started running through my mind. I was scared to death. I knew what I was going for. As a nurse, I have had the opportunity to be in the theater a number of times, and I was very scared. As a nurse, I've been in the theater so many times, and I know what cesarean section is. I've seen it. I've seen women do these things, and I just couldn't imagine this was my time. Like, it was what I was going to do now. I was really scared, like I was just imagining myself being cut open, and the whole pain started setting in, the whole fear started setting in. I said I wasn't going to do it anymore. I was just thinking, if there a way I could get this baby out, or should I wait till the next day to see if these contractions would go off, or is everything, everything just started going through my mind. And at the end of the day, we agreed, my husband signed, and I was being prepared for surgery. Preparing for surgery was not an easy one. I didn't even begin to act like I was a nurse or like I had an idea. I started asking everybody questions. I started asking questions that I already knew. I started fidgeting. Oh my God, I had gone to the toilet to urinate more than how many times because of fear. I started praying to God. Like, I started praying to God in my heart, oh Lord, please, I want this to be successful. I don't want to die. I don't want to this. I don't want to that. So at the end of the day, I was prepared for surgery. So I was prepared. Getting to the theater, I I felt like I wanted to run away. At that point, reality was upon me. I knew this was what I had to do to get this baby out. I was scared. I was scared to death. I I I was just crying. I was shaking. I felt like they were going to kill me when I already know what they were going to do to me. So I was there. They put me on the bed while waiting for the anesthesiologist to come in. So eventually the anesthesiologist came in, and when it was time to administer the epidural, that was where, and as in, that was where the real fear came in. I didn't allow them. For every time they wanted to just give me the injection, I would jump out. For every time they want to give me injection, I would just go off, So at some point, I told them that I wasn't going to do it anymore, that I wanted to go back home. And they were like, if you go home, you will just kill yourself and kill the baby. Is there a way to bring this baby out? I was like, no, like, since this is the only option, why don't you lie down, madam? Madam, please just let them do this thing and be out of this place. So I was like, I just want to rest a bit. So they told me, if you want to rest a bit, you can go, but you will only be postponing this, and whatever happens, please don't come back to blame us. So at the end of the day, I cried. I took like 5 minutes to cry. I was crying. I was imagining things. Fear came into me. I was like, what if? All the what ifs started coming down on me. What if this? What if I die? What if I don't walk again? What if I don't do this again? What if I'm paralyzed? What if the baby does? Oh my God. At that point, I was passing out. I was telling them, please find me, I'm passing out. They were like, calm down, it's because you're scared. I said, no, I am actually passing out. Like, I'm fainting, I'm dying. Please, just whatever you can do, just do it to me right now, please. So the doctors and the nurses, they were just trying to like make me stable first and all. So eventually I allowed. So while they were giving me the epidural, I was screaming. I screamed my voice down. I was shouting. So immediately they gave me, I felt no. I wasn't feeling my legs anymore. My legs were as though they were not mine. My legs were appearing as I didn't feel them. I was just looking at them like they were not part of my body. So they arranged me properly on the operating table, and that was it. I was talking. Why was I talking? I was talking because I didn't feel alive. Something kept telling me, you are dead already, or you will die. All the negative thoughts just kept coming to me one after the other. So because of that, I was talking to the nurses, I just kept talking. At some point, they were like, madam, please, you don't have to be talking. You know what this is already. Don't talk. Just put your head to one side and just be calm. I was talking. I just kept talking because I wanted to feel alive. So after about 20 minutes, 17 minutes or so, the baby came out. Whew. Immediately the baby came out, I was relieved. It was like 90% of my worries, my fears, they came down. They left me. I was relieved. I was smiling. They brought the baby to my face and like, look at your baby, and like, what did you have? It's a girl. I was so happy. I was just there. Then I wasn't so scared anymore. Instead, I started singing praises. I was just singing. I was thanking the doctors and the nurses. They were like, it's fine. I was so happy. After everything, they rounded up the surgery, and towards the end of the surgery, I was cold, I was shivering, I was really, really cold from the inside. You could see goosebumps all over my body, so they gave me something and it wore off. Then